Hey, potheads. I'm sure you're happy. Let's see here. Just kidding. This is Canopy, and it's doing well today. It wasn't doing well last day or two, maybe. Needless to say, it's a wild stock. It is a momentum stock. The whole shebang, the whole sector, cohort, whatever you want to call them, they move fast. So you either need a lot of conviction and sticking it out for the long, long term. Or if you're trading, you need a lot of conviction from actually knowing how to read charts. And you don't need a lot, just the basics. I'm going to share a few of the things I know. I'm not from Wall Street. I don't hold any trades in it up or down, so I'm completely agnostic. I'm just trying to help out a couple of friends who actually traded very actively. So far, I've been spot on. You can review all my prior videos in it. I don't think I've had a misstep yet. I do cover both sides of the story, so I will tell you where the good news is, where the bad news is, and where the triggers are, and if the odds are against you or for you, based on my opinion. Nothing here is a recommendation. So, um, first of all, the fact that YouTube, when I post this video, flags it uh, and just limits whatever it can post as far as earnings tells you that they're swimming upstream. The fact that they're doing so well, these stocks, is amazing. I'm not a fan of the group. I don't partake in it either. So I'm telling you from the regular Joe Schmo on the street, it's amazing that an illegal activity on the federal level is allowed to do so well on Wall Street. Eventually, they will probably pass it. Therein lies the big carrot at the end. They haven't been talking about that, even though it's an election year. And even though Biden looks like he's winning, and perception is that he might be more friendly for that than not. In fact, in my opinion, nothing will happen if we get a lame duck session. So now we're talking politics. Forget that. So back to the chart. You're looking at it unmarked. I'm going to click a button that will show. You're going to go, whoa, what the? But I'll walk you through it. Believe me, I don't erase a lot of lines because they will come back to give me clues. So here are my lines. And you can see each set of lines are for a spot period of time. Like right here, those white lines applied here. It was a tight range, and the point was chase the breakout of the range, down or up. And they failed at the first leg, but they eventually came back and filled it in a wacky way. And the blue line was on the way up. I said this could be the trigger. And back here, this was a neckline right there. And if I zoom out, look. So it was a level from which they bounced. So nothing is a coincidence. Because you say machine, you hear that algos. Of course it's algos. 90% thereabouts, I'm not an expert there, of trading is done by machines. They can't trade without data. This is the data. They look left, the machines. So therefore, yeah, it's algorithms. Look left, see what happened last time, act accordingly. That's basically the code. So if I extend this line, you'll see this is a line from March. I'm going to extend it, just pure time. Look at where it hits. I didn't change anything. I drew this in March. Look at where it hits. You think this is a coincidence? Okay, so this line, also in March. Let's see where it hits. Right there. That was the ledge from which they fell apart. And this line, I don't know when I drew, so I'm not going to do anything with it. But it's part of the conversation. It's actually the whole conversation. Okay, so now, again, ignore all the other lines. I'm going to focus you one line at a time. Now we're back to this line. This 3-day island here is telling. It happened right around this line. And then it was confirmed that this line was indeed important from this failure here. I can also read into this candle right there. This whole leg came from here back in February when we were freaking out over COVID. Look, it was a limit. It was a limit. It was a limit. Boom! They poked above it and they fell. They poked above it. They fell. Here we are, back above it. So how many times did we go above this line and below this line? It's acting as a pivot, correct? So let's zoom in. Oh, and look at the high here. Look left. Close the gap if it wasn't for this funky candle right here, right? So this level, this whole zone is very important from a historical perspective. So I know my limits now. Okay, I'm going to move this guy. So if I were to act about something here, I'm trying to move it left. There we go. So I said if we break out above this line here, that's why I drew that jag. I don't remember when, recently. And the upside potential is this. They came to this point and failed. I didn't draw this before the scandal happened. It's after. I drew this before the scandal. The candle came after. So they didn't fall apart here. They bounced and they broke out, got to it, and they faded. So they were trying to fill my potential, but they're facing a lot of headlines from whatever. I don't know what's moving pot today. I don't listen to news anymore because I found out that if you listen to the charts, you get faked out less often. All right, so where's the opportunity from here? So I'm going to draw a couple more lines. Yes, I don't have enough. So here's a line. So some people like to chase trend lines, so they'll connect this line with this line. I don't care. I like levels. They have not. They serve me better than trends. So levels. This is a level, right? That was important right here, and it's going to break out. It's probably going to try to get to here, breathe, and then I'm going to skew it, probably get to here. So this will be the normal breakout if and when it happens from this candle. So I usually say no trigger, no trade, but these guys trade so crazy. So the ideal situation is to wait for a breakout above it, and I'll put an alert, and it'll tell me beep, come check it out. In fact, MJ just beeped at me, and I'll go check it, MJ. And this candle is important. This line is still there. I would buy the dip into this. So I'll put a line here to buy the dip zone. I don't have a specific line. If I wanted to draw a line, it'll be 19 or 18.2. And resistance trigger is doing its job. It's going above. They're trying. They want to do it. They just want to do it. Buy the dip because it's not a crazy concept. They're doing so well with so much against them. Chase the rip. Don't anticipate the rip because it will probably hurt you. Own it for the long term if you believe in it. You see, those are the three things you can do. I can own it for a super long term if I believe in it. Or I can buy the dip if I can believe in it or just want to trade it. I can chase the rip if I believe in it or just want to trade it. But either way, you have to have a thesis and a reason. And let me take out all the lines and talk to you through it. So you've heard of cup and handle, inverse head and shoulders or whatever. What are we looking at here? Oh, Bitcoin. That's another video I did. Go check out my video on Bitcoin. I said 16,000 to 18,000 and all-time highs are doable. If the monthly candle closes above 14,000 in Bitcoin, do not short it. It's going to a new high. Okay. Back to MJ. Canopy. If you believe in cup and handles or whatever, the contention is the neckline. Where can I draw a neckline? My way of doing technical analysis, I can do this. It's a neckline they're fighting over. The fact that there was a poke above here, I can ignore it. So that tells me that the bulls are definitely in charge. You get higher lows. They're attacking a neckline zone, whether you draw the line here or you draw the line here, like this. So is this? You can't say it's a cup and handle because like the handle is on the left side. It's a left-handed cup and handle. I don't know. And this is deeper, so you can ignore this because this was COVID. So this should have been like this, really. Right. So maybe we get a little swoon and up to here, and then this is still the trigger. Any which way you draw it, they're fighting over a neckline. So this, and they come back and test it for footing. If this happens, you can recover these because this is a long time, even though, what the heck was that on earnings? I can't remember this. So this kind of ruins it, but they took a long time. They showed they wanted here, they wanted here. If they get above here, they're gone. They'll put this in the rearview mirror. So this is my opinion. So this could fall to here, this could fall to here. It wouldn't change a thing because the bulls are buying every dip now. They're buying dips. They're buying dips. They sometimes falter lower for whatever reason, but they're buying dips. I don't think they're going to roll back any legislation. I live in California, and I go to the gym, and I can't escape it. I mean, it's like everywhere. I can't believe it. So you can't uncork this bottle or whatever the saying is. And, the stock is in the hands of the bulls. And here's the one thing I noticed about the fans of the stocks. They're very dedicated. So they don't need much to rally, and they need a lot to lose faith. But it is a momentum stock, and it does move fast in both directions. We can see this. I mean, this is incredible. This is also incredible. But they catch it. They come back. If for whatever reason it falls to here, I would load up. In fact, I did have a video, now I remember. Here or here, I can't remember. I did a video and I said, get long. And hopefully you saw that video. I'm not saying get long here. I'm saying there's a trade, and I've just laid it out for you. If you own it, own it. If you're trading it, buy it on the dip or chase the rip. There's nothing to do like right here. Okay, before I say that, let's drill on the 15 minutes. Let me reset it. Okay, 20.6, 20.5, let's call it, is important to hold on the dip intraday, next couple of days. So if you wanted the mini trigger, it'd be 21.1 to chase it. But you're going to face some selling at 21.15. So any which way, there's not much information up here for me from the shorter term. This is the 5-minute chart. 21.2. Okay, there's a ledge of 21.4. 2020. 20.2. You could buy the dip from a machine perspective. The bots will buy it. From a level perspective, I think anything above 1960 is buyable as a pivot. I don't think they'll get there, but that's the shorter term trade on it.